Let him sign a prenup, no matter how good he is or how good the relationship is going now. And this is not about you not trusting your man, but it's about you trusting yourself enough to ensure that your future is secured. Let's take a look on what Trina has to say on this topic.
Good things come to those who wait.
I truly believe that.
All right. Did you get a prenup?
I didn't.
Why not?
Because my husband brings all of his money to me. So I'm in charge. He can't spend a dime without my consent. He can't spend a dime for nothing unless it goes through me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ringing up, that thing go to, I see everything.
That's what I'm talking about. So you always call me Mrs. Davis. Mrs. Davis, what's your Mrs.?
Mrs. Kears.
Mrs. Kears.
Yes.
Love it, love it, love it, Mrs. Kears.
Ladies, a prenup ensures that when push comes to shove, you won't be left vulnerable. So it enables you to have what you need to continue living without having to beg him for the basics. Ladies, let me tell you this. The last thing you want to do is to have to be begging a man who has moved on to quote-unquote greener pastures. And keep in mind that some men will give you the world when things are sweet, but the moment things take a turn or they got a new woman in their life, you won't be their priority anymore.
Okay, I'm not going to give you legal advice because you can turn around and sue me, but what I am going to do is tell you a couple provisions I would put in my prenup if I was in your position. First up, spousal support. Make sure you have spousal support in there. Do not agree to a certain number. So don't put in there 3K, 4K, whatever. Instead, agree to the average of your living expenses for the past 2 years, for example. That way, in the event that you guys separate, you're able to more or less maintain the same lifestyle that you had. Next, make sure you get a percentage of retirement benefits, pensions, whatever it may be, because if you're not working, you're not going to be entitled to any of that. And if you separate when you guys are older, you're basically out of luck. Any debt that is incurred over a certain amount, I would want it to be over 15 or 20K. I would say that my spouse cannot incur any debt over that amount without first speaking to me, because if he's just incurring debt, and you don't really know about it, when it comes time for you guys to separate, now you're liable for it too. Okay. I would put a provision in there that you need to leave me a certain percentage of your estate in your will. Because the last thing that you want is someone passing and then you find out in their will that you've completely been cut out. Good luck.
Ladies, keep in mind that when a man is in love or heavily invested in you, he'll make all kinds of promises. He'll say things like, "You'll never need to worry about money. I'll always take care of you." Or he might say, "We're in this together. Your money is my money." But the truth is, things can change in the twinkling of an eye. The same man who promised to take care of you could leave you begging for the bare minimum if things go south. Ladies, men have the ability to shift focus when they're done with a relationship, when things start to fall apart, and especially when another woman enters the picture. Your financial stability will be the last thing on his mind. Suddenly the house, the bills, the childcare cost, you're left scrambling to figure it all out. And don't think for a second that just because he was once generous, he'll be the same man when emotions are running high, or when a new fling is whispering sweet nothings in his ear. And I mean, let's keep it real. Money is power, and men know this. And a lot of them will use their financial control to manipulate or punish you once they feel things are over. They may no longer want to cover bills like they used to. Suddenly he's complaining about every dime he has to spend on you or the kids, all while flaunting his new lifestyle with someone else. And ladies, let's not act like the legal system is quick to protect women. Court battles can take years, and in the meantime, you're stuck trying to maintain your household with whatever scraps he feels like tossing your way. And I know that a few women will say that this is why we should be independent and have our own, and that is 100% true. But the moment a man commits to getting married to you, he also commits to taking care of you, especially if children are involved. Okay, ladies, that's all for today's video. Until next time, stay feminine and sweet.